So in today's video, I did a little interview with a few professional developers working on an amazing game, which I've come to the conclusion might be the best upcoming roleplay game you have ever heard of. Not sure if everything they said in the video will actually work or not, but hopefully it will, because if it does, then that's gonna be the best roleplay game on Roblox. So stay tuned, watch throughout the whole video to not miss anything important, and make sure to join my Discord server. Link down below. So, what's the game called?
City Lines. Basically, what we started with that is me and Siphon were talking. I always was doing academy games.
Yeah.
Those were like the prime time thing back then. They are to this day, if it depends on how they create them. But me and Siphon got into a call, and I was like, you know, I really want to step down from academy games, and I want to start an open world experience. So I listed him some ideas what we would do. Drive-bys, have multiple teams, about 30 teams within the game.
30 teams? Wow.
Yeah, we want to try and have people be able to do farming, gun shop employee, store employee, be able to cash people out, all that good stuff. We want it to be a fun open world experience for everyone with a large map, including a good terrain, trying to make it very detailed with less lag, and of course, at the beginning, it's going to be somewhat paid access.
Yeah, that's understandable. Wait, I saw a little bit of the planning parts of the game, and it looked pretty cool with the train and stuff.
Yeah.
And all the areas and stuff you guys were adding.
Yeah,
Go ahead, Siphon.
Yeah, so the whole experience that we were focusing on is to have it as immersive as possible for the user.
Yeah.
Users would be able to do the smallest up to the largest things, be employed into a business, applications, filling out a whole experience to actually apply for a job, meet qualifications. And overall, you would have of course, closed-in community that's focused on the role-playing aspect of the game. Of course, as already stated, it might be paid access due to the development that's going in it. We have multiple developers currently working on the game itself, translators, builders, scripters, UI designers, and you have already seen sort of map layout of what we're going for.
Yeah, it looked good.
Yeah, it's going to be based on in New York, Manhattan. We're going to be building most of it. Yeah, it's going to be a real big building to make as well. That's why we are hiring a lot of builders.
Yeah, I could see that. And that was a large part you were making there.
Yeah, so with that as well, of course, me and Bryce have been managing a lot regards to our developers, because that's really our ultimate goal here, to expand out and eventually also reach out to multiple communities, connections, and of course having you on our team, great difference, and really helps us expand into the social media side to attract more attention to the game. And of course, assuming you are also interested, does really please us as well.
Yeah, that's great. Well, so like, how long ago did you think of like this project here? Did you recently come up with it, or like how long have you been planning this?
We started this idea, I would say, about 2 days ago.
Oh, 2 days. Okay.
Yes, because that's when I started stepping down from what I was doing.
All right.
He came up with the name, I came up with ideas, and I was like, you know what? Let's transform my group and make it into a community for that type of game, City Lines. And here we are today with we have one translator, one sound effects. He's going to be doing all of our sound effects.
Epic.
Our developers do work hard.
Yeah.
When I mean they work hard, we have a Trello full of things. We're making our own car models. We're making our own car engine, so we don't use like Crisis or what it's called. We got basically everything. I mean, No Cry. We have Sam. We also have a lot of people. I mean, like, listing all of them, I'm proud of who they are. We have SMUSH, Atheon, Jake, Mr. Bliff. He was a good developer. He's our builder. Onyx is our scripter. I mean, we got a variety of members within our dev team that we hired with at least 2+ years of experience.
That's amazing.
Yeah, we're not trying to make any free model stuff. We're trying to make everything from scratch. So we don't have an estimated time with the release because we're not in a rush. We want to make sure it's perfect for everyone.
Yeah, that's exactly one of the things you gotta remember when there's gonna be like a lot of people maybe joining up once this video gets posted, and even if they like stress you out and want you to release the game early, try to make it as good as possible before releasing it so everybody has fun and all that kind of stuff. I've seen a lot of games fail on that, and yeah, it kind of sucks when it happens.
Of course. So even at the beginning, when we were hiring our developers, previously Voltec wasn't exactly Voltec. We actually rebranded as soon as I entered the Voltec incorporations as a whole.
Oh,
I believe this was a bit ago. We were actually named Logstack before changing up to Voltec, just in a VC, talking about the future of this incorporation, and we were really
yeah.
hoping to connect a lot with people. Not,
Uh-huh.
of course, with in a way where we are just attracting attention to for personal benefit or so. We want to actually make a game that
Yeah.
people enjoy and really appreciate. We want to have a community that is, of course, as well friendly, but also um, focused on the roleplay aspect of the game, because that's the whole purpose of the game itself, is to roleplay.
Yeah.
We're based on real life situation scenarios, and of course we have seen academy games out there, or aspects of the academy games really changed due to various opinions that we had on them. Most academy games I've seen personally are mainly focused on gaining personal benefit for the creators or studios of it, ensuring to, let's say, cash grab in certain situations, putting in multiple benefits that cost the user a lot of money. And
Yeah.
we're not focused on doing that. We're mainly focused. We would, of course, try to limit the game passes and all that. Everything would have to be worked for in game to actually gain it. There wouldn't be any situations or scenarios where a user could overpass another because they just had Robux and they bought it something that gave them a boost, of course, in, let's say, the amount of cash they earn from their job and such on. We wouldn't really do that.
Yeah, that's good, because a lot of times developers just want to make Robux, and that's also fully understandable. Like they spend time on the game and all, but sometimes the game passes are a little bit overpowered with all the extra features you get, and like how much better you become than the players that don't have any Robux. So seeing this or hearing this is actually pretty nice. I also gotta ask, so in terms of the vehicles, I heard you guys were gonna add like shootings, like drive-by shootings and stuff. So
Yes.
what kind of vehicles are you gonna use? Are you gonna use the like mesh vehicles or the blocky kind of style?
Alright, so we are using meshes. They are all gonna be designed for the proper cars. We're gonna try and script it so windows windows disappear when you start looking out, popping your head out the window, so it doesn't collide with your body. I mean, that's a feature. Some of the features that we're trying to add, it is going to be a lot of work. That's why we don't have an estimated time. I mean, we want to work hard.
Yeah.
We're adding a gas station that's, when you drive up, you're going to have music playing for you while you're pumping your gas. And then when you
Wow.
drive away, it disappears. I mean, you're going to see a lot of stuff within the game that not many games have. And we don't want to be like every game out there, because that's not going to bring us attention to the community and have the support that we want. We don't care about making the profit. We care about having people join and enjoy their time within the game.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, I mean, we're a development team that works hard and just wants to attract people to the game. I mean, we're making it mobile and Xbox compatible.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
So,
Even Xbox compatible?
yes.
Wow.
Yes,
All right.
We're gonna try and make that, as that's where players are. I mean, yes, mobile is where it's at too, because people don't have a PC.
Yeah, I
But
think
Xbox is where it's at.
I think I heard like mobile was like 90% of the players on Roblox. Like there's a lot of mobile players playing Roblox, and
Yeah.
I see a lot of comments of people complaining that the games are not mobile compatible, but it's super cool to hear that you guys are gonna add mobile features to this game so you can actually play
Of course.
on mobile.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
as stated before, our main goal was to reach out to our community and ensure to have the user experience, because that's our main focus, the user experience to be increased. We have
Yeah.
seen games with the qualities that they have, minimal qualities, you can open doors, animations and such on.
Yeah.
But those are the small things that are definitely being added, of course, but we want to go in depth with it. We might be able to go and we might make it a first person type game where the realistic aspect is in place.
Ooh.
Regards to our vehicles and such.
Yeah.
Of course, these will be modeled by our modeler itself. Will be based off of the IRL vehicles, and of course, we have to rebrand it due to um, trademark reasons and copyright reasons of the actual companies and such. But of course, we will try to make it as realistic as possible. Stereos inside your vehicle, you can play music, custom channels, custom sound effects for everything. Regards to drive-bys and stuff, that's one of the popular suggestions that we got and we took into consideration when Bryce also brought it up. Regards to that, when you have a weapon, we might even make it so you have to roll down your window to actually shoot outside, or you can even shoot through your window. Because if you are going to go in first person, the realistic aspect has to be there to ensure that every piece of the real life experience is also fitted into the game itself.
That's very interesting right there, because I haven't heard of any other game that has those things that you just mentioned there, especially with the realistic aspect in the car. Like if you are gonna be in a drive-by shooting, that you can like shoot through the window and the window breaks and stuff. That's super cool. I haven't heard about that happen in any other Roblox game before ever. So yeah.
And due to Roblox Studio and all their languages with Lua is improving, I
Yeah.
feel like we could accomplish a lot more that many people haven't yet. I mean, Roblox is growing and growing
Yeah.
and growing by the day, and Studio is improving. So I feel if we put our time and effort into it, and that's why we don't have an estimated time, is due to all this stuff, it's going to be hard. Yes, driving first person will be hard, but if we had a, third person, any kind of view, I would feel. I mean, we're trying to figure, like I think I told you within your server within the VC the other night, we were talking about having a body cam footage
Oh
where
yeah.
it would send to a file, but that's the problem is we don't know how easy it's going to be or how hard. We don't even know if that's possible. I mean, you even said in your video if you could actually record on the body cam. I mean, like I took that as a suggestion and I'm like, wait, what if we were to actually try and accomplish that?
Wow, that would be super cool if it would actually like if it would work out like it could in real life. Like I'm not too sure how you're gonna be able to make that in Roblox Studio. That's gonna take a lot of hard work right there, but it might be possible. You never know.
All these other games have these websites where, let's put an example, there's an Atlantis nightclub. They had all their admin commands, all their stuff hosted on a website.
Yeah.
So like say you got banned, it would be hosted on their website. It's ran by a service. If I could figure out a service that could do that, or a hosting service I should say, in a data storage and all that, I feel we could actually accomplish it. But we would have to make it to the public, and we would have to make sure it's secured so no one can bypass that system.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually great for content creators. Like if you're recording a video and you can actually use the body cam footage as well as in terms of the video, that would be great, actually.
Yeah. So, regards to, I believe the best way we could probably achieve that is to have, of course, a closed-in community, as said, focused on roleplay. Good examples are State of Mayflower, State of Firestone, those communities that have, of course, realistic aspects added to them, but of course they're at a minimal, and I do appreciate their work. We're trying to overachieve them in a way where we can increase the user experience, as I already mentioned.
Yeah.
They have systems for law enforcement officers. They have to, apply, get enrolled into an academy, officially gain their certification and such on. That's something we're going to be focused on for actual positions and jobs within the community. That's why it's meant by a closed-in community that is completely focused on the role-playing aspect of the game. Of course, regards to the body cam and dash cam footage situations, I believe we could achieve that by having officers trained to enable this option and giving us access to, of course, record their screen and such on what they see.
Yeah.
And of course, also their dash cams and such on.
Yeah, that's super cool. And like having trainings like that and having people learn how to actually act like a police officer, medic, whatever, that's gonna make the game so much more fun, like more realistic. People are not gonna run around, kill everybody they see, and all that kind of stuff. So that's great. That's great.
Regards to also job positions for civilians and everyone in that situation, as stated, 30 plus teams, regards to 30 plus positions within the game. The minimal's job, even someone that picks up garbage, those garbage men and even surgeons, all those are going to be job positions that you can apply for and as a civilian start off within that sector.
All right, because you were talking about the job applications. I've been thinking overnight. I was thinking within the police departments, all that good stuff, you would apply. Within game, you would get a certain amount of test score, and then it would be like a civil course where you would find out if you pass and officially could become an officer. But that's one thing I feel would, how do I put it? Not many people would like. But with this coming out and now me saying it to everyone, I mean, I'll read the comments and I'll see what people think, or if they even join our Discord, we'll see what they think. I mean, it's how they want it. We take everyone's suggestions and we think about it. We put a vote on it with our dev team and we go ahead and add it to the game. I mean, it's not what we want, it's what our community wants.
That's great.
Of course.
Yeah. You go ahead.
I gotcha. All right. So, regards to the difficulty levels of course, applications and job applications. I have stated before, we don't want to make it too intense where people have to fill out official situations and actual documentations that will take at least an hour to fill out or so. We don't want that, of course, but in certain situations, regards to the authority that they have in the game. For example, as a police officer, you have access to a firearm that can easily kill people and ruin their experience. That can be easily abused. In regards to the application systems of that as well, we do, and we might even increase the difficulty level of applying to those in comparison to a low-level position like a cashier or so.
Yeah, that's understandable. With all the tools that they can abuse and with the handcuffs as well. I've seen a lot of people abuse handcuffs, especially in games where you can put people in jail and stuff. So it's
regards to that, our handcuff system and arresting system is all going to be based off of the real life situations. We might even have a corrections team that's going to be focused on transporting and detaining people. If an officer, for example, has placed someone in handcuffs, they will be restricted to all their tools. They will be restricted to multiple things as well. But an officer cannot arrest the user on the spot. They have to bring him to either the county jail at their station or bring them to the actual penitentiary by a transporting officer or so. So the aspects of real life situations will be in place a lot. And of course, as well to the firearm system, we mainly want to focus it to make it as realistic as possible, as stated. So the best way, some suggestions we also took in and some ideas we had, if you shoot a person in a simple spot, for example, their legs, it might even slow down their walking speed to a certain point where, it's easier to catch up to them and really puts in that level of realism that's needed. Shoot them in the chest, they will lose blood. Of course, we will have a blood system as well.
Wow.
Your health system will be increased a lot and it will be advanced. And that's why your medics will need to really be trained on that. But you will have blood, you will have oxygen levels, you will have all that. So it's really a whole advanced system, and I'm sure it might not be as easy for people to understand, but we'll make a full tutorial on the game to help people understand on various parts of it as well.
Yeah, that's cool. I've had a lot of people make New York related games actually, and
I could easily tell you that one right there for yourself. I'm born and raised in New York. I'm on a volunteer fire department for upstate New York.
Ooh.
Ran in my family's blood way back then, where they were not able to get the same amount of bunker clothes that we have today. They were stuck with a jacket and whatever boots they could supply with. I grew up upstate New York. I've been down to the city. I mean, it's just a passion of mine. It's what I feel would bring attention, and to just mix it up with Manhattan, we're adding a countryside full of terrain, and I'll link something good. There's an illegal area within the train. We will not say where, but it will be very hidden. When I mean hidden, it will be underground.
Ooh, okay.
So yeah, everything you can think of, really. A stated terrain, maybe even a pilot's license, an actual aircraft, so you can fly maybe to another set of islands that we might add around the map. It is going to be a lot for people's PC to handle, and that's why we will, yeah, we will try to minimize the lag as much as possible, do daily improvements and bug fixes. In regards to big updates and adding major things, these will have to, take some time as well, but I can assure the community that our bug fixes and improvements or lag fixes, anything of that sort, will be done daily and on a notice as soon as a member either has an issue with something. Our development team will look into it. As Bryce already stated, we're here for the community and not for ourselves. We want to make a community that really enjoys the aspects of the game and the role play experience. And we don't care about the profits, to be honest, as already stated. So yeah, that's really the whole part of the game. So everything you can think of, it's gonna be in there. If it's not, make a suggestion. We'll think about it and add it.
Yeah, so I actually got a great idea for you guys. So in a game, I believe it could have been Hilvey County, actually. They had a system which they teach me about. So when you actually went inside a building, or when you tried to enter a building, you would, instead of making the game lag with all interior, they kind of made you teleport. I'm not sure if they teleported you to another game or something, but it was something with a teleport, so the game itself wouldn't lag so much because of all the interiors.
Oh, I understand.
Yeah, so
Right.
that's a pretty good idea, but maybe not make it too advanced. You don't have to make the interiors crazily detailed.
I mean, that's debatable, but yeah, we'll see how that goes.
I could say they're not going to be like realistic like how we live in, but yes, there's also ways to optimizing, however you say it, the lag. It just depends. It doesn't matter on the building, it matters on the models itself. I mean, let's put an example in here. Like some vehicles within, let's say, because there could be some lag within ERLC. I mean, models with cars, the engines that run, or any other sort of game, that's what could cause the lag. But it depends on how you do stuff. It doesn't matter on the buildings itself, and it also depends on your PC specs and all that.
Yeah, well, I'm just wondering how this is exactly is gonna work out on like a mobile device, like.
Oh, yeah.
So that's the fun part here. We have a UI designer that designs logos, and whenever we're trying to make it so it's less buttons within the game, but it's very hard to say right now. I mean, walking, running, there's going to be features. There's going to be implements where you can aim your gun on mobile, shoot it, reload it, all that good stuff. But with driving, that's going to be the fun part. We want to be able to have them be able to let them have a feature where they could drive automatic or standard, which some cars in game would be standard, not automatic. So we want to be able to give them both the features that they could enjoy that all mobile games don't get. It's a lot of work, yes, but it is possible. You just gotta have someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, that's true. So basically, I came up with this as well. So on Xbox, when people play on Xbox and stuff, I think it has like special terms you have to follow when applying for not applying, but like when making your game compatible for Xbox. I think it has something to do with the like blood and stuff, gore. So they have
there's
like
no
other
blood,
regulations.
There's no gore within the game. That's one thing we already said that there wasn't gonna be. Because just in case if Roblox moderation decides to take action, they could, because it is somewhat against TOS.
Yeah, that's true. I've seen a lot of things go down for that.
I do have an Xbox. I mean, I could implement the controls. I could make the scripting. It depends on what you do. I mean, I have 8 years of scripting. I'm self-taught from the age of 11, and I'm 20 now.
8 years?
So,
8 years. Damn.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. 10 years. Sorry, I gotta fix that. I'm tired. Running on no sleep. I had a major call last night, so I can't even think right.
Wow. You're not the only one here that's kind of not good at mathematics, okay? Don't you worry.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm surprised. I passed that with flying colors in school.
Cap.
Wow. Yeah, well,
But
that's cool. 10 years. That's a long time,
yeah,
actually.
I started learning at, I would say, 11. Really gave up because I kept rushing it, and it's something you shouldn't rush. And I'm going to tell people this: if you want to work on a game, take your time. Don't rush into it. Don't give up on your dreams. If you want to accomplish something, you could do it within time. Never give up.
Exactly. That's what everybody here has to know. That's basically the thing that stops many people from finishing their games and all that kind of stuff. I see many games go down because they don't feel like they can work on their game anymore. They have like these
No.
very bad reasons for it as well. But I'm like,
Yeah.
if you continue on the game, then it's gonna be something good. I can see like potential in the game. But you're gonna quit it because you don't have 2,000 members the day after you start. Like that's not really how it works in the
No, you gotta
community.
be able to give it time. You gotta run ads. You gotta run sponsors. You
Yeah.
gotta get people that are willing to make videos on it to get it going places. It doesn't take 2 hours of it being launched. It doesn't take a day. It doesn't take a week. It does take time. But
Yeah.
once you get that time going, you accomplish it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and of course, in the meantime, while we are doing development, we are also trying to get into other communities and other aspects as well. Really affiliate Vault-Tech within those. An example of this being ERLC servers. We are actually currently, as we speak, making our own. That is gonna be full of course, official role plays and high-tech role plays that we want to really ensure to enforce. Our moderation team is going to be very strict, and we do not have that complex system within our rankings of sorts, having multiple ranks within our staff team or so. We just keep it simple because our goal is overall to moderate the game. Of course, the
Yeah.
moderation team's goal is to moderate the game, and it doesn't really matter what rank you are within the staff team. If it's your designated field to moderate our game and the server itself, you do that job. You don't. Of course, we have a hierarchy to follow and chain of command and such on, but there are various things that you need to take into context when making that ERLC server as well. So yeah, as already said, we are going to be try to also brand out into multiple other communities, but that allow the creation of smaller platforms or mini servers.
Yeah. Pretty amazing, I must say. So yeah, I honestly don't know what exactly more to add here, but it was like, it seems like your game is gonna stand out a lot compared to many other roleplay games currently on the platform. I've never heard like a game that has this many features, so it's gonna be very interesting to see if everything is gonna work out and all. So yeah.
Yeah, we hope for our best. I mean, we treat our community well. I mean, had a few developers of mine DM me and say, I treat everyone with respect. I'm always there to help them when they need it. I mean, that's how I treat my community, my family. I mean, I count everyone within that community as family.
That's
They are
awesome.
there since day one. They're there until the start of the game. And they don't care about how long they wait because they know once I start something, I do not finish. I do not stop until it's finished.
Yeah, that's amazing. Well, honestly, I believe we can leave it to the people in the comments to say what they think and what you should add and all that kind of stuff. Like, there's probably gonna be a lot of ideas down there, so you're gonna have to be ready for taking in a lot of stuff, but it's probably gonna improve your game a lot, and maybe you will even get some professional developer help. I don't know. It has happened before. I've seen very good developers reach out, and it's great.
I mean, if our Discord and group links in there, they'll see it right in the description of your video. I mean, they are more than happily able to join and DM me or Siphon.
All right, well, that sounds great, to be honest. I do want to thank you for doing this interview and giving us the time and serving, really seeing the potential in our community as well.
No worries. It was really, like, this is a very interesting thing for me as well. I like seeing new projects go up, and especially with ideas like this. It's amazing to see, and I'm just hoping everything goes well with your community and all, that you come up with one of the better planes. Just 2 days to plan an entire game. That's crazy, but I'm guessing it's not gonna take as fast making the game, but
no.
Oh no, I would say I don't want to. This isn't a guarantee, but within 6 months, I would say, or less, we're hoping. I would probably say all my developers are hoping within 3 months if we work as fast, because we have two people for the same job. So we have an EST and then a like a European time zone.
Yeah.
So one could take a break and the other could work. So we get everything done quicker as possible, but not rushing it at the same time.
Of course.
Yeah.
And as well, we don't pressure our developers. They all
Nope.
came to us voluntarily and wanting to work for us, and we do appreciate all of our developers as well, and our community moderators who are looking out for us and being here for the support. You guys aren't, overseen. We don't oversee you. We ensure and we look out for you to grow in our community and stick with us till the end as well.
Is there anything more you guys would like to add here?
Not that I know of, no.
All right. Well, that was a good interview, I would say.
As already stated, doing a thank you for doing this interview. And if anyone would like to see some current map layouts or some quote-unquote sneak peeks that we have currently, you can join the Discord and head to the sneak peeks channel. There is a map layout image there, but this is just for the city. Keep in mind, we will have country areas outside of the city as well. Little miniature areas so you can explore.
Yep, that's amazing to hear. Well, yeah, I guess that's it. I appreciate you taking your time, sharing this information and all that kind of stuff. That's great. And I'm really looking forward to seeing some sneak peeks of your game now.
This is something big for us to say thank you for, and we're glad to have you around within our community.
Yeah, this is kind of what I do. I love helping smaller developers out, and I love, making their communities start growing and stuff. Have a good rest of your day.
Yeah, you too.